I'm here with Ryan, who made a 6,000 kilometer trip with his Tesla Model 3 from Singapore all the way up to Chiang Mai in Thailand. In this video, we hear about Ryan's inspiration behind that journey, what he learned along the way, and some tips for future EV owners. Click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on Tesla. Ryan, welcome to the channel.
Thanks, Daren, for having me.
Ryan, can you tell us a bit more about yourself? When did you start getting an EV and a Tesla?
I started EV journey about 6 months ago. This is my first EV, and it has been quite an interesting experience so far. Actually, I learned a lot.
This is your first EV, you got a Tesla.
Yes.
How was the whole decision journey before getting a Tesla? Was it an easy purchase or even then also some concerns?
I think the way we are moving is to electrification. So the first consideration was not a Tesla. Actually, we were looking for a company van, and at the time it was a Citroen e-Berlingo, I think. So, but and after we saw that, it's like, wow, EV is so interesting, it's smooth, it's comfortable, the pickup is quick, and the best part is you actually save money on fuel cost. So, moving forward, we ended up with Tesla.
So you got a Model 3 about 6-7 months ago now.
7 months, yes.
What inspired this 6,000 kilometer journey all the way up to Chiang Mai?
Funny enough, this is actually my first trip out of Singapore in this car, in an EV. And before that, I actually have done a few trips, so I'm familiar and I like to drive. And I saw your video with Woon. He made the trip, and I saw JM also did a similar trip, so I knew it could be done. I wanted an adventure, so I thought, why not? Let's try it. Yeah.
You were inspired by others who made similar journeys.
Yes.
And so that helped give you a bit of confidence, and you had to prepare. Tell us a bit more about the preparation process.
This being the first EV trip, so I was quite excited. Actually, I started planning very long, almost 6 months. 6 months before my trip. So I was like almost every other day I was looking at Google Maps, ABRP, and even PlugShare to see where the charging spot. I did plan and plug in the little charging points to get ready my trip for this journey.
Some of EV owners here may be wondering, okay, Ryan did 6 months of prep. Can I just copy paste everything that he's learned? Is there a resource for all this prep that has already been done?
Yes, actually there are many resources. Lucky for me, I have friends who are EV owners way before me, so I had some more confidence than new owners will have. But just on the top of my head, you can use ABRP, a better route planner. That will tell you, based on your car, roughly which charging stops you need to stop at. And also you can use PlugShare. PlugShare is a database with all the chargers in the world. These are two very important apps. But actually, I learned that in Thailand, the infrastructure is actually good enough that if you are familiar with your car's range, you can get away with not using these apps. Almost.
What's the range of the Tesla Model 3 in your experience with real-life usage?
Real-life usage, I think I can safely drive about 350 to 380 kilometers. Safely drive, meaning no range anxiety. I know that the car is able to perform that.
So that's pretty decent. Of course, in perfect conditions like highway driving, no start-stop traffic, you're going at a steady, say 90 kilometers per hour, that range could be higher. But this will be like a conservative balance.
It's a very realistic range, so you will be almost very sure to always get it.
You've done 6 months of prep, you were ready, and I noticed that your car has a few decals here. Can you tell us a little bit more about EV Enduro and also the Singapore and Chiang Mai decal?
Actually, this is Evo Enduro. Evo Enduro is organized by a Malaysian group, and I've joined them previously for drive. So they start from KL and they go into Thailand. So previously it was Phuket, Hua Hin, and this year they actually went to Chiang Mai. I was hoping to be able to join them, but because I started planning earlier than them, my dates did not meet. But I did meet some of them along the way, and it was a very interesting experience. They were driving very nice exotic cars.
So that's amazing. You get to see a big community out there.
Yes.
And so I'll put a link down in the video description first for all the apps that Ryan mentioned, like a better route planner, PlugShare. Is there also like a link or website to this group that others can find out more on?
Yes, actually you can search them on Facebook. I think they are. You can search the hashtag Evo Enduro, or you can search Horizon, which is spelled AURIZN. I think I got that right.
So let's check that out. So you started to depart on the journey. When did that journey begin? Which months?
In December, I think I started on 3rd of December. Yeah, it was a Saturday morning, so I had to brave the 3-hour jam at Tuas.
3-hour jam. It was at 3rd December. This is not even peak period yet, not year end, not Lunar New Year yet.
1 week before school holidays, I think. Yeah, it was terrible. I think you would know.
For your trip, as you planned, how long did you expect to take the whole Singapore to Chiang Mai and back? How many days? What were your stopover plans?
Actually, okay, because I wanted to take it slowly, and also I have to be safe because this is my first trip in EV. I planned it over 21 days, total of 21 days. But actually, if you were going for it, you could reach Chiang Mai in 3 days. 3 days safe driving.
In 3 days. That's pretty impressive. Did you take the trip solo or were there others around you?
Caleb joined me. Caleb's inside. Caleb joined me until KL, and then he went to Genting. Then he came back. So from KL, I actually went with my girlfriend. So in one car, 2 of us.
So that's very brave to travel in one car, one EV. Although he's been to Thailand before on ice cars, this was the first EV drive.
This is the first EV drive. Yes.
Along
Regular cars.
so along that route, after all the planning, despite all of that, you may have encountered some unexpected challenges.
Yes.
Were there any? Can you tell us some stories?
Definitely with driving an EV is different from driving a petrol car. So fortunately, I did not arrive at a charger with a low state of charge, and then it was damaged. So I did arrive at damaged or not working chargers, and I also had to queue a short time. I wouldn't say there were problems, but I think this should be expected with EV owners, and especially if you are going to travel during peak periods, say holiday periods.
What I'm hearing is, don't rely entirely on just like one charger to absolutely work. Have some buffer plans. That means if the charger is not working, what's your plan B? Is there another charger within your driving range?
Yes, and don't wait until you are very low to charge. Always charge when you have an opportunity to.
In that case, normally at what state of charge do you begin looking for a charger?
Okay, in the beginning, I was very detailed. You know, in my Google Sheets, I actually say, okay, I will arrive here at how many percent, and I have to charge how many percent. But after a few days, I was like, I have to use the toilet. So I will just charge whenever I stop to use the toilet, which is about in kilometers, maybe about 150 to 200 kilometers. Yeah, and actually this is also quite good because it forces me to take a break. Yeah, and previously, you know, sometimes you get carried away. You will drive like 300, 400 kilometers in one go. So that will be about 3 hours, 4 hours. You don't need to refuel, ma. So for an EV, I wouldn't say forced to stop, but I'm encouraged to stop and recharge, and then I stop for 15 minutes. I can grab a drink, go to the toilet, and then we're on our way, and we have enough to get on the next 150 kilometers.
So you're resting anyway, and at the same time your car is also recharging.
Yes.
Usually.
Yes.
What was the lowest state of charge in the whole trip you were at?
Wow. I think I never really got below 20%.
Oh, that's
Oh, no. Actually,
super safe.
we never got below 15%. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's solid. We hear friends from Singapore driving, I think non-stop, Singapore to KL, about 5 to 8% state of charge. That was steady lah.
That's doable, but I think you have to go. The traffic has to be clear, and then you got to go about 100 kilometers per hour, which is a bit slower than the speed limit of the highway.
That's right. In this journey, you got to experience charging in Singapore, in Malaysia, and in Thailand. What do you notice about these 3 countries and their infrastructure?
Okay, I got to start off with Thailand. Thailand is amazing because I think in the past 2 or 3 years they developed a lot of chargers, and their chargers are actually quite fast. So Thailand was a very good experience. I think it was only 50 to 80 kilometers between each charger, and this is the furthest. So if you make it a habit to always top up when you use the toilet, or don't go to a low state of charge, you will be safe in Thailand. In Malaysia, I was very lucky because in December, I think many of the new Gentari chargers started. So there was, I think, X-Park Serene, Banggi Golf, and then where's the last one? Oh, Ayah Hitam. And the last one is at Ipoh. I forgot, but it's next to the McDonald's. So that was also very convenient. So these actually make it much more convenient than I think when Woon did it or even when JM did it.
That's right. In Singapore, when you charge, do you rely on superchargers, home charging, SP chargers? What's your go-to?
For me, I charge at the office. So we have our own charger. Occasionally, over say like Chinese New Year, yes, I do use like SP, Shell, or even superchargers. But mostly in the office, so I wouldn't have to charge outside too much. Only to top up.
What I'm sensing is the EV infrastructure is growing quite quickly.
Yes,
It is not 100% perfect. Reliability is still one factor.
definitely.
Among the three countries, would it be fair to say that it's still the most scarce in Malaysia for now?
Of the three, yes. Singapore is doing well. Of course, more chargers will always be better. If you have the same number of chargers as petrol station, I don't think anybody will be talking about range anxiety.
Right.
So we are on a good track, but more is definitely better.
Agreed. In this trip that you've taken, you've also taken a lot of beautiful photos in Thailand. Can you tell us a little bit more about these photos as I put them up in the screen here?
Yeah, actually, I did plan to visit some of the renewable sources and key iconic places in Thailand, of which I think you can see in the photos here. I actually went to Khao Ko Wind Farm. So Khao Ko is a elevated area. I think it's about 1,000 meters above sea level, and it gets quite windy. So they have, I think it was 24 wind turbines, and this actually generates. Okay, I can't remember the exact figure, but this generates a portion of the electricity that Thailand uses. And also near Chiang Mai in Thap, there is Thailand's biggest arch dam. So this also has, I think, 8 water turbines, and this also generates quite a big portion of their renewable energy, I believe. I did see some solar farms, but I didn't take pictures at the solar farms. So this is some of the renewable sources.
Your photos are amazing, reflecting a lot of the natural beauty that Thailand has. Was there a specific reason for picking Chiang Mai?
Yes, actually, I also mountain bike, and Chiang Mai is the mountain bike destination of choice in Southeast Asia. So why not combine two of the things I love together, which is driving and mountain biking. So my
Just
goal
saw some bikes just riding past us,
yeah,
right on cue.
yeah, that's nice. So for me, I turned around at Chiang Mai. Yeah, I spent 3 days mountain biking there, and then
Nice.
After that, I went sightseeing. So we took a scenic road. We went to the east side, which is Khao Ko, and then we make it down Bangkok, Hua Hin, and back down south.
Chiang Mai is beautiful.
It is.
My wife and I were there last month as well. Our first time ever. Not just are there more EV charging stations, more EVs, but the natural beauty. We got to feed elephants, walk with them, play with them. The hillsides,
Yes.
the weather at night.
The weather is amazing. It's amazing. It's cooling, but it's not too cold. When I was there, it was not too cold.
And the cafe scene, the hipster scene there is excellent.
Yeah, you can have coffee overlooking the mountains, and their coffee is actually quite good.
As you've noticed, it's been raining today, but also the entire week during Lunar New Year. So we're here inside the comfort of Ryan's Tesla Model 3, and I'm going to ask Ryan the next question. You've been on road trips before on ICE cars, now first time on an EV. What's the benefit of taking a road trip that is unique when using an EV?
I think the first thing you will notice is actually the savings in energy costs. So this is the same whether it's on a road trip or just driving around in Singapore. So I think that is very good because actually I spend quite much less than I would in a petrol car. And you know, in Thailand, petrol is not exactly very cheap compared to Malaysia. So I think I only spent about less than $300 for this trip. And I think if I were to drive a fuel efficient petrol car, I would minimally spend about $700 or $800 for this trip, for a similar trip of such distance.
That is huge savings compared to petrol. What else do you notice that very unique about driving an EV?
I think with new cars, actually there are many driver assistance. So I mean, you have like adaptive cruise control, you have lane keep assist, and then sometimes if you are even dozing off, the car will like beep beep beep, and it makes some sort of noise, and it will stop steer you. So I think this is actually very good for long distance driving, because you know sometimes you just want to grab a drink of water, and then sometimes you don't focus 100% on the road. So this actually helps to take the toll off. So this is not for autopilot. I mean, for Tesla it's called autopilot, but for, I think in other cars they also call I think lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control. So yeah, I quite like it.
One unique thing about Teslas that most people notice is that it uses single pedal driving. You don't really need to tap on the brake unless you need to come to a very quick stop. How much did that help your road trip experience or reduce fatigue?
One pedal driving is actually very interesting. So some people, I mean, I have friends who say that, hey, how you drive, you know, like later you step wrong, how, you know. So yes, it needs a bit of getting used to, but also once you get used to it, actually in city driving, I would say is the most convenient. For road trips, for long distance on the highway, maybe not so much, but on the highway, I will probably be on autopilot, but just for the speed, so I will still steer myself. Sometimes your leg do get tired if you were to use one pedal like driving for long, but so you have to learn to make use of the driver assistance as such.
For road trips, we also have to carry more luggage. So you were with your girlfriend during the trip, right? A
Yes.
21-day journey. Nowadays, when you drive a Tesla to the Johor immigration, they're smart. They ask you to open the front already.
Yeah.
Last time they didn't know, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. This is my first time. This is my first time out of Singapore. So I mean, if they say open, I'll just open it lah. Yeah, and it's useful because I actually can put one cabin size luggage just nice in the front.
So the front is actually practical and useful for both of you in road trips as well.
Yes, definitely. The space is useful because I also carried one spare tire in the boot. So the recess down in the boot, I use that to store my spare tire. Then I had my bicycle with me. So my bicycle was sitting somewhere in the back seats. Then I have one cabin size in the rear and one more in front. So the front was definitely lifesaver.
When you say back seats, like where exactly would the bicycles be?
I fold down the seats, then I put my bike in a bike bag. It sits in front of the spare tire, which is sitting in the recess.
Very interesting. So you fold down the back seats, you got enough space to put down your spare tire, your bikes as well.
Bike one.
Okay, one bike. Curious, for those who are like you, the mountain bike, what bike was it?
I ride a Forbidden high pivot. It's a Forbidden Dreadnought. So you guys will know.
It's lost on me, but sounds atas, sounds fancy.
It's okay. Yeah, it's a unique bike. Just like Tesla is a unique car.
Now that you've been on this first road trip experience with a Tesla, 6,000 kilometers back and forth, what will you do next time in future road trips? What's your biggest learning?
I would say yes, do some planning, know your car's capabilities, and talk to people who have done it before, or even the community in the country that you're visiting. So I was very lucky. I did meet some Thai people, and Thai people are always very nice. So one guy actually shared me like, hey, do you know where are the maps? I mean, where are the charging points? And then I was like, yeah, I use PlugShare. I said, no worry, I send you one link. So he got my line, and then he sent me a Google Maps link with every single DC charger in Thailand. So not only the ones which I know, which is I know there are like way more different brands. So I think that was very helpful. So for people who are planning to do such a trip, go for it. But learn a bit more about your car and the country that you are visiting.
I agree. The EV community is very helpful. Across Singapore, Malaysia and Thailand, there are Facebook groups, Telegram groups, Line groups in Thailand, because Line is very popular in Thailand, who can help you.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are here for each other, and not just help you, but also be our local tour guides, introduce you to local sites.
Yeah.
I've met a few when I was in Chiang Mai last month. Very thankful for this community. Any last words, one last tip for other EV owners who are planning their own road trips?
I would say don't be afraid. Try it out. it may not be for everyone, but it will be a very interesting journey. Go for it.
Ryan, thank you so much for sharing your road trip journey from Singapore to Chiang Mai. It's very inspiring. Many people have range anxiety. Stories like this slowly help us know that with careful planning, with research, it will not be perfect, but you can have a fun journey.
Thank you, Daren.
If you found this video useful, please click the like button. Hit subscribe to stay updated to more videos on Tesla.